Hello, my name is Mike Daniels and I'm a full-time OPR, online product reviewer. Some people call me a shopping assistant, which is probably a bit more apt for what I do. Basically, I review products. I've been doing this a couple of years, and I review products for people such as yourself who are interested in buying a certain product. I do this on behalf of websites that contact me, and I spend a couple of weeks basically researching products to basically do the research that you haven't got time to do. Now today in this video I'm going to be looking at a product called Triactol, and this is on behalf of a website called triactolreviewsite.com. So you should be seeing this video on triactolreviewsite.com. Now I'm going to be looking at what basically Triactol is, what makes it different from other bust serums, other bust creams, the claimed benefits that the company want you to believe, who it won't work for. This is important because it won't work for everybody, who shouldn't take it. So you need to take note of that as well, because there are some people who should not take Triactol. I'm going to look at the clinical studies and the research into this product, and I'm going to look at how to buy it. If you do fall into the category of people who could benefit from this product, I'm going to look at how to best buy it and how to avoid getting scammed if you do so. Okay, let's move on. Hopefully this video will be about 10-15 minutes. Everything I say will be hopefully below this video, so if you prefer to read, by all means just scroll down and you'll be able to read basically what I'm saying. Within reason, obviously. Okay, Triactol, what is it and who are the company behind it? Triactol is a bust serum. It's made by a company called Smith Myers Laboratories, who have been dealing in cosmetic products for about 20 years. No problems with the company as far as I could see. All my research seemed to suggest they're just a normal, run-of-the-mill cosmetics company. No big problems, no kind of hassles, no dramas. Now Triactol itself, which is obviously one of their products, was first brought out in 2009. That's when it seemed to be first offered to the public, after some trials were carried out and obviously the research went through the research phase. Now what makes Triactol different? The reason Triactol is different certainly from what the websites and other kind of sites online seem to suggest, is it contains a proprietary extract. Now when I say proprietary, I mean they've non-standardized it, if you like, but they put it into a special formula, special formulation, and they've got a proprietary, some legal binding on that. So Triactol contains a proprietary extract of a herb which is grown in Thailand called Puaria mirifica, and no matter how many times I look at that, I always have to look at it to actually say it, because I hate saying it. I've had 2 weeks of saying it so I'm blue in the face and I still can't say it properly. It's called Puaria mirifica. It's a herb which has been used for several hundred years in Thailand. It's got rejuvenation properties, apparently, and other beauty and health properties, but it's been scientifically validated to enhance the female breasts. Now when I first looked at this, I thought that's a bit of a tall order, if you like. How can it just concentrate on the breast? But it's all to do with something like estrogen linked, and the actual herb itself does have an effect on estrogen and female sex hormones, and that is part of the reason why it is so effective, apparently. Now Triactol contains this herb, I'm going to call it PM from now on, PM, in a trademarked compound they've called Mirofirm. Mirofirm, I can't even say that name. Why can't they say normal names? So that's basically what this is about, and Triactol is the only, because they've trademarked it, this is the only product in the world where you can get this herb in this proprietary formulation. Okay, that's quite important. Now I wanted to know, as part of my research into this product, I wanted to know exactly what the concentration was of PM, or Puaria mirifica, whatever it is, in their Triactol. I actually got an email back saying they couldn't tell me that. It's a kind of trade secret, if you like. and hopefully I'll get the webmaster to put a copy of that email just below here. So difficult to find out exactly what's in it in terms of the concentration of PM, but certainly from what I can see, it's at a level which is deemed to be safe and most effective. It is a very safe product actually. It's a very safe natural compound. So you've got no problems in terms of safety as far as I can gather. There have been several clinical trials carried out into this product, some on behalf of the company itself, and there's more that's been carried out onto the herb itself as well. I'm going to come on to those in a second to look at the results. Let's have a look first at the claimed benefits of using Triactol. Obviously the main benefit is you're going to have bigger breasts, or larger and firmer breasts, within 3 to 5 weeks, claim the manufacturers. Bit of a big claim that, but at first when I looked at that I thought that's pushing it a little bit, but when I read more into it I realised that probably is possible, and the research does seem to suggest that's possible. So you're looking at about a cup size increase in about 3 to 5 weeks, all being well. But what's important to note is that Triactol will not work for everyone, and you need to make sure, you need to be honest with yourself here. It will not work for everybody. There's two main groups of people it won't work for. Some people are just genetically dispossessed, if you like, or dispossessed, not to grow their breasts any larger. They won't be able to do it. It's a small percentage of the population from what I can see, but generally speaking, you'll be okay. But some people are going to have problems, and there are some reports of some people actually not getting any benefit out of using Triactol, and it's possible, most likely, that these people are people who are genetically just not up to growing anymore, which is a shame, but that is a fact of life, unfortunately. The second group of people this won't work for, or it won't work to its full potential at least, are those who have bad dietary habits. Sorry, it's been a long day, and who refuse to do any exercise for their breasts. You need to realise that Triactol is a product, and you need to take an overall view of this, and you need to help the product work as much as possible, and that means taking in adequate nutrition, eating properly, no junk food, eat clean, eat protein, animal proteins, this kind of thing, and just eat clean if you can, and also doing exercise specifically for the breasts. Adding those two in will definitely help the results you'll get from Triactol. If you're not into exercise at all, and you're really kind of small in that department, and you don't eat properly, you don't eat particularly well, you probably won't get any benefit from using Triactol, so please do not use it. That's my advice. Don't buy this product. I don't think that's going to be for you. You need to address at least those problems first in terms of exercise and diet, to get the full benefits out of this product. When I mean exercise, I don't mean turning into a 7-day-a-week gym addict, but I just mean making a reasonable effort, every other day or so, to spend 20 minutes doing some form of breast enhancing exercises. And I will talk to the people behind this website to see if they can put a link on this page to talk about that more in detail, about exercises you can do for your breasts. So those are two groups of people who would struggle to get the full benefit of Triactol. There's also some people who shouldn't take Triactol. This includes anyone under 21. You should also not be pregnant or lactating, or have any kind of tumours or gynecologically related tumours, cancers, or cysts. Okay, the website, the manufacturer's website is quite clear about this. If you're suffering from any of those, you'll probably best avoid using Triactol, or indeed any kind of bust serum. The one further group of people who shouldn't take this product are people using birth control. That is because the company have not done enough research to ensure that it is safe when you combine it with birth control pills. There's no reason to suggest it's dangerous, but they're erring on the side of caution, and they don't want to, they're just saying, we haven't researched it enough in terms of using the birth control pill as well, so please don't use it. So if you're using birth control, stop for a while before you use Triactol. Clinical studies that have been carried out, this is research studies, Two on behalf of the company itself that I could see. One was carried out by Dermapro in 2010. In here there was an average increase in the subjects of 119 cubic centimetres in breast volume, with the maximum size experienced being 339.4 cubic centimetres. These figures were taken after 6 weeks, so 6 weeks seems to be the optimum time where you're going to get results, although some people do seem to get results after about 3 weeks. But 6 weeks is what they are suggesting. Unfortunately and disappointingly, in that study they don't see how many people were actually involved, which I found a bit annoying. But there was a second study. This was an internal study, 16 participants, lasted 42 days, and in here 94% of subjects noticed a difference in their breast appearance after 6 weeks, with a lot of them noticing an enlargement and firming of the breast initially after just 21 days. What's really interesting, I found, was that 81% confirmed that their self-confidence had increased, which to me, this is what this product is about. It's not just about having bigger breasts, it's about the self-confidence that comes with that. So 81% confirmed that their self-confidence had increased. Reduction in stretch marks and wrinkles was also reported. And in terms of cup size, over half of the subjects reported an increase of at least 1 cup size by the end of the 6-week period. Excuse me. And what's the main thing that I got out of this as well is that no adverse reactions were noted by any of the test subjects. This is important, and this is probably because the product itself is completely natural. There's no artificial additives or anything stuffed into here. It's a completely natural product as far as I can see. But obviously these trials were carried out on behalf of the company itself, and I wanted to look a bit deeper into that. So I looked at actual research into PM itself, Puaria magnifica. I can never pronounce it, you know what I mean, the actual herb. So I wanted to look into the herb itself, which obviously is from Thailand, as we know. There was a study in Thailand by the Ministry of Public Health, which found that 82% of participants noticed a significant increase in breast enlargement, and 88% of those same subjects also reported an increase in bust firmness. Now I found over 10 noteworthy studies which show that Triactol to be not only safe but highly effective too. So that's Triactol, not PM, but that's Triactol itself. But that was on, that particular research study was on PM. Well, there have been some other studies which have suggested that the herb itself could be an anti-cancer agent. There was a 9-year study recently carried out which seemed to suggest it had anti-cancer properties, but that is something I'm not going to go into too much. It's something that I've looked into. There seems to be some evidence there, but when you start claiming cancer, beating cancer and all the rest of it, it's a complete legal minefield, so I'm not even going to go into that. But it's something I noted. Now, for those of you, if you don't fall into those categories of people who shouldn't take it or people it won't work for, which is the majority of people this should work for if you're over 21. I'm now going to talk about how to best get Triactol and how not to get scammed. Now, I've been doing these online reviews for a couple of years, and the main area I focus on is in health supplements. I do other stuff, sports equipment, this kind of thing as well, but mainly it's health supplements. And one thing I have noticed over the years is there's an increasing amount of criminal gangs, not necessarily infiltrating, but setting up websites and then setting up accounts on shopping portals, shopping sites. And what they do is they sell their goods for a couple of months in bulk, and they get so many people, so many visitors. Obviously they can make several $1 million at a time, and then when people start realizing they've got fake products, well, this is what they're doing, is they're peddling fake products at the end of the day. When people start to realize that and they complain, the company just up and go and disappear, and it leaves a lot of people financially out of pocket, and also potentially rubbing dangerous creams on them or taking dangerous pills or whatever. And obviously these products are fakes. Some of the time, not all the time, but some of the time. You have to be very careful with that. I don't want this to happen to you. So my advice always with any kind of supplements is always to go, whether it's a cream, pill, whatever it is, anything to do with your health, do not risk it by going to a third-party website or a third-party shopping portal, especially, because you never know exactly what you're going to get. Even on the most reputable shopping sites, you never know the company that's behind them. It's very easy to manipulate, if you like, results, rankings, and feedback. I think is a definite one. Feedback on shopping sites is so easy to manipulate. It's ridiculous. You can have a company selling fake goods for a month and they can have like 100% rating. It's ridiculous. But I'm not going to go too much into that because I don't want to get myself into any legal trouble. I always suggest then when you're buying any kind of supplement, always go directly to the manufacturers themselves. Obviously that's the only way to get a good money back guarantee as well, and in this case I've looked at quite a few supplements, like I say, and a lot of time the money back guarantee doesn't really mean much, but in this case it does. It's quite a good guarantee, but I'm going to jump into that in a second. First I want to talk about the packages available, and what's the best price what's the best package in my view to go for. The best value is going for a 6-month package. It gives you a 15% saving and you get 2 packs free. However, that's still 350 odd quid, which is quite a bit of money. It depends on what your budget is, obviously. So for me, and the most popular, and this is backed up by the official website as well, is to go for the 3-month package, because you're going to need to try this for 3 months anyway. You get a good saving, still get a great saving, it says on the site, but it's a good saving, and you still get 1 free pack with it. That's priced at £195, regular price of £410. I'm always a bit dubious when they put regular prices in, but still priced at £195. You've still got a good deal there, and that is the most popular package as far as I could see. The money back guarantee, like I say, a lot of supplement companies, the guarantee basically says, oh, if you can't return this, they advertise like a guarantee, money back guarantee, but you can't return it if you've opened the package. I think that's ridiculous, and fortunately that's not the case in with these people. The manufacturer seems to be quite open and upfront and fair on the money back guarantee. It's 60 days, and basically you need to try Triactol for at least 6 weeks. If you don't like it, you need to drop them a line, tell them why, and then they will arrange for you to send it back to them. However, you cannot open more than 2 bottles, so don't get like 5 bottles and open all of them. Okay, the most you can open is 2, because obviously 1 bottle per month, so don't open more than 2. Return all the bottles, including the opened ones, within that 60 days, and they will refund your money. There's an administration charge of $25 to cover administrations. So I think that's actually quite reasonable. There's good terms on that money back guarantee. It's quite fair, and considering you're dealing with a product which is like a cosmetic product, where a lot of these other cosmetics online, they don't give you any guarantee, or it literally is, as soon as you open it you can't return it. With these people, they're very confident about their product, so they're willing to make that guarantee, and I think it's quite a good one. Okay, my conclusion at the end of the day here is, if you're serious about increasing your breast size, Triactol, because it contains this quite a special herb from what I can gather, which does interfere with female sex hormones and stuff, is certainly a very good option. However, make sure you can afford it. My advice is to go for the 3-month pack, not the 6-month package, unless you can afford it. Try the 3-month first. As long as it works for you, then go up to the 6th month next time you buy it, obviously. That's my personal opinion here, but make sure you're going to be you're going to be willing to eat properly and to exercise properly, or at least do a token bit of exercise, because that's the only way you're going to, you've got to take the holistic kind of approach to it, and if you want to get the best results out of it, and it's not cheap, if you want to get the best results out of it, you've got to help it along by doing these extra things. Okay, I hope that answers most of your questions, and I hope I've been very helpful when it comes to you making a decision as to whether Triactol is for you or not. And until maybe I see you another day, take care and have a great